Alright, so I tried to comment on YouTube, but it didn't work out well, so I'm going to try a video response and see if that works better. I'm just going to read exactly what I wrote down, and we'll take it from there. My brother told me that he was debating the lead singer of Wheatus. Needless to say that I didn't believe him until he showed me your video and comments on YouTube. My brother, although intelligent, is not the best debater, so I've taken it upon myself to defend him as well as my own political views. Let me begin by saying that I am neither a Democrat nor Republican. I actually consider myself independent. I just want to throw that out there. With that said, everything my brother stated in regards to Barack Obama's pastor being radical is entirely correct. Although Obama's radical associations do not stop there. He associates himself with Bill Ayers, Tony Resco, and the list goes on. I can go into detail about each association and how this exposes Obama as a radical himself, or at least a man with terrible judgment. That's a direct quote from Time magazine. You also commented on the relationship between John McCain and John Hagee and compared that to Barack Obama and Reverend Wright, which I find comical. This makes me wonder whether you are interested in the truth. Like you said, my brother is not. McCain never attended Hagee's church, and the only connection between the two is that Hagee supported or endorsed McCain for president. I will agree that Hagee has many radical and crazy views about Christianity, although I will not agree that his views somehow outweigh the radical, crazy views of Reverend Wright. In my opinion, they're both radical and crazy. The only difference is that Obama and Reverend Wright, or Obama calls Reverend Wright his spiritual mentor. He attended his church for 20 years and was married by the Reverend, as well as had his children baptized by him. Explain to me how this compares to McCain, whose only connection to Hagee is that he was endorsed by him, and on top of that, he pointed out their ideological differences. I actually have a couple quotes from Wikipedia. If you simply go to Wikipedia and type in John Hagee, you can scroll down and see the connection between him and John McCain. I pulled a couple of those quotes out. I'll start with this one. It says, this is McCain talking. Yesterday, Pastor John Hagee endorsed my candidacy for president in San Antonio, Texas. However, in no way did I intend for his endorsement to suggest that I in turn agree with all of Pastor Hagee's views, which I obviously do not. So he's saying, you know, while he accepts his endorsement, he does not align himself with a lot of his political and ideological views. Here's another quote. It says, we have had a dignified campaign, and I repudiate any comment any comments that were made, including Pastor Hagee's, if they are anti-Catholic or offensive to Catholics. He further explains, I sent 2 of my children to Catholic school and categorically reject and repudiate any statement that was made that was anti-Catholic, both in intent and in nature. So this just goes on to show that, you know, McCain does not align himself with the ideological viewpoints of Pastor Hagee. Whereas I could say, you know, Obama does, but I'm just going to keep on going on. If you want to, you know, comment on anything I said, just write it down or do a video response and I'll just go back at whatever you say. Now you could be thinking to yourself, well, Obama repeated the comments made by Reverend Wright. That's true, but that was only after 20 years of sitting in his church and after being called out for it. So explain to me again how you compare Hagee to Reverend Wright in terms of their relationship with the presidential candidates. Thank you, and I want to see exactly what you had to say about this. So just, you know, comment on YouTube, I'll read it, or do a video post and I'll respond to that. Either way, I think this helps all parties involved and it helps get the debate out. So, alright, that's all I have to say.